Thank you for joining me. Today we're playing a solo RPG, homebrew. It's very simple, very turn-based on a grid. Here's the rules page. Just one page for now. That's how simple it is. We're actually seeing the battle space here. And let's start with the first battle after the first situation. Here we are. The land teetered on the brink of darkness. The Dark Lord's undead legions spread terror, razing villages and corrupting the earth. Now, skeletal warbands marched towards the kingdom's borders. If they weren't stopped, thousands would perish. Hela, the barbarian, cracked her knuckles, eager for battle. Firam, the woodland ranger, scouted ahead, tracking the enemy's movements with a keen eye. Mira, a wizard of smoke and wind, murmured incantations, ready to bend the battlefield to her will. Harlan, the steadfast paladin, tightened her grip on her sword, prepared to stand against the tide. At dawn, they rode to Ashen Fields. Their legend was about to begin. All right, let's start the play with Ashen Fields. Ashen Fields has our 4 heroes lining up on the left-hand side. Ashen Fields has skeletons. Mean old gross skeletons. Battling the game. If I move my 2 here, and then the monsters move here, that's fine. So let's do that. Let's step my team here, and my wizard will hang back 1. That's their player turn, and my wizard has an attack range of 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Okay, important safety tip. Got to be careful about my camera. So 1, 2, 3, which means they can't attack any of the monsters. So the monsters will move. The monsters are very simple. They just move to the closest opponent, and if they can attack, then they shall. All these monsters have a melee range of 1, or an attack range of 1. Though there are some monsters that would have a larger attack range. All right, but not on this battlefield. So here we are doing the battlefield, and it's our player character turn again. There's no reason for my hero here to move to an attack. And it's a character attack, so she rolls. Notice that her 2 hit is 7 to 10, and she doesn't have a critical yet. So we'll roll a die. 8, she hits. That does 1 point of damage, which is enough to kill this evil skeleton. Here's my next hero. You know, my next hero is going to step 2 and go there. And then my archer is going to step 1, which puts her in range of that skeleton. So she's going to roll a die. Oh, 3. That's not going to hit. All right. And then finally, if my wizard steps up 1, 1, 2, 3, my wizard is in range of this skeleton here. So Mira the wizard is going to roll a die. 9. Okay. So Mira hits. All right. And that is all my characters can do this turn. So now it's the skeleton's turn. The skeleton will step here and attack Hela. There is no flanking or stealth or any other kind of rule in this game, so it's very simple. So Hela takes 1 point of damage. Let me mark that. Hela. -1. All right. Hella's -1. Now this skeleton's going to go ahead and step forward and attack my ranger. And again, it's an automatic hit for 1 point. So Firam, a ranger, who has 6 hit points, now is down 1. Okay, and that is the turn for the monsters. So, what's left? What's left is the characters go again. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Hella over here. Who's just going to go ahead and bash that that skelly. Roll the die, Hella. Oh, 10. She hits. Okay. My character's starting out hot rolls. And once again, I bumped my camera. It's important to adjust that. Okay. Hot rolls, and there's only one left. So I'm going to have my archer move back 1 and take the shot. Remember, it's 7 to 10. 8. My team was on fire. And that is it. That is the battle. All right. Yeah, I probably should have turned this on when I was doing bookkeeping. And speaking of bookkeeping, I'll adjust my character map. However, what I also want to do is upgrade my characters, because they upgrade after every fight. And what I'm deciding to do, at least in this battle, is go ahead and give an experience point, actually 2 experience points to each character after each battle. What does that mean? Well, that means that I can apply these points either to the 2-hit roll, so that it goes down and gets bigger. In other words, from currently my character for 7 to 10 on a roll would result in a hit, and my character's rolled really well this battle. But I could spend a point to make it 6 to 10, and I could spend another point to make it 5 to 10. And so I could increase the range of the 2-hit for them. Or I could spend those points to do the same list for crit. So if they spent 1 point in critical hits, you can see here the critical hits when you turn off that dice. You can see here my characters have a dash for crits because they don't have any crits. But if I spent 1 point in crit, then they would crit on a 10. And what does crit mean? Well, the text is on the screen. So it's basically, it would be do damage and something else, or double damage in the case of Arlen. Upon the field of ash where death and shadows tread, the warriors stood, their hearts unbowed, their courage spread. With cleaving axe did Hella strike, 2 foes laid low. Yet lone claw raked her side, a fleeting stinging blow. Swift Firam roast her arrow true, 1 fell to dust. But pain bit deep, her body shook, yet stand she must. Then Mira rose, her hands will fire, the last did burn. And so they stood victorious as dawn's light turned. The riverside town of Hollowbrook stood as a crucial trade hub, its wooden walls built to keep out bandits, not the horrors emerging from the depths. At dusk, eerie ripples disturbed the river's surface, and soon grotesque fishmen slithered onto the docks, their webbed claws gripping rusted weapons. Hella readied her axe, unimpressed by the creature's gurgling threats. Firam perched atop a watchtower, arrows knocked, seeking weak points in their slimy hides. Mira summoned thick fog to shroud the defenders, while Arlen called upon her divine light to steal the town's weary militia. As the first horn sounded, the battle began. Here we go with the standard battle. Of course, our characters are stronger and better than they were before. So let's get this battle done. These characters essentially will do the same thing. Okay, that's what my heroes will do. And now the monsters will step forward. 1, 2. Fishmen, roly-poly fishmen. Okay, some of these aren't actually fishmen, but most of them are. And they're essentially fishmen. They're all move to hit 1 characters. All right, so if I step forward, I get hit, and I do the thing. I think I'm gonna play a little defense here, because I've got it, and there's no reason why not. Okay, playing defensive here, even though that means the monsters get first strike. All right, so let's go ahead and step this guy forward, and Hella gets a hit. Hit points -1. All right, this fishman steps forward, and Arlen gets a hit. Of course, there are tanks, so it's not so bad. Let's move the rest of our monsters up. Okay, there we go. All right, now it's our character's turn. Now these monsters are all going to come around. Let's hope it all goes fairly well and I don't think there's going to be any real, there's not going to be any chance for real flanking in this situation. So, okay, Hella's going to attack. Hella, let's do our attack. Hella attack. That's 10. It definitely hits. She has 6 to 10 now to hit. So this monster is now dead. This fish man. All right, Arlen, take swing. Ooh, 5. Can Arlen do it? Yes, yes. Arlen actually has no crit, but a larger range of 2 hits. So hey, 5 hits. So this fish person goes down. No, it's a fish man. Dirty, dirty fish man are also rather sexist in their fish man ways. So, all right, and that's good. And now I've got Arlen, who has a range of 2 and cannot actually hit anybody from her current position because they're 3 away. And similarly, my wizard can't hit anybody because they're 3 away. But she could step to one side or the other and hit. So that's what's going to happen. She's going to step here. 1, 2, 3. So she can hit. Mira needs a 5 to 10. So here we go. Oh, 6. That's enough. All right. Okay, so this fish guy goes away. This fish man steps forward to attack Hella and does 1 point. Hella -2. And it's time for my team to do more work. Let's start with Hella, who will attack the fishman in front of her. Let's roll that dice, Hella. You need 6 to 10. Oh, almost a critical hit. So that's an 8. That hits and kills. Excellent. All right. So what are we looking at here? Let's go ahead and have Arlen chop the enemy in front of her. Roll that die, Arlen. Oh, 3. That doesn't do it. Okay, she doesn't actually get the hit. First failure in a while. So, okay, so did I say, yeah. So Therum, my mistake, is 2 away from either of these two guys. She'll go ahead and shoot this guy here. Roll that die, Therum. 6 to 10. 8, that does it. Okay. That fish guy is out. And what's left is my wizard. Now if my wizard, yeah. If Mira here steps 1, then 1, 2, 3, she's in range, and the monster can't get her the next turn. So she'll move here and do that long range spell. So it was Therum's Arrow missed. All right, and then we're going to roll a die for Mira. 8. Okay. That was perfectly workable. And it's time for this fish man to move. He's kind of stupid. He moves. So let's do the standard thing. Okay. Arlen, come over here and try to finish the job. Okay, Arlen did a critical roll, if I'm not mistaken. No, Arlen doesn't have a critical roll, so it's just a normal hit, which of course is enough to kill this this fish man. The fishman struck with clouds of bites and swift attack. Brave Hela reeled and Arlen too, but held them back. With roaring steel, their foes were felled by axe and blade. As Mira's magic burned, the next dark waters swayed. Yet Hela groaned another wound upon her side, and Arlen bled as flashing talons cut her wide. Therum's keen arrow veered, its mark was lost to see, till Arlen's sword struck through, the last fell to its knee. Alright, it looks like we've been streaming for over 30 minutes. And that's basically what I intended to do for this particular stream. It's another experiment, of course, to see how far I've gotten and to see how far I have to go in terms of this particular piece of content. I really appreciate you watching. I really appreciate you participating. Any feedback is welcome. And just leads me to throw up my attributions page, because I got some music and I got some picks, and I want to make sure that this stuff is properly documented as coming from the correct places. Again, I really appreciate your attention to this experiment. Thank you very much for your time. I'm going to do this again. Thanks. Bye-bye.